Okay, Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, guys. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. So, yeah, meet with me again, Malafat Yahya. And for this afternoon, maybe I would like to, maybe in the name of Allah, and of course, first, maybe before we start the conversation, the presentation, let's uh, praise to our God and peace and greeting be upon the Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was keeping us was which brought us from the darkness to the lightness, from Jahiliyyah era to the Islamia era. Because maybe without him, without our prophet, we cannot be right now. We cannot gather. Maybe you can uh, watching me like this. So Salat and Salam be upon to the Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu and I hope you're still enjoying life because life maybe other people is still have a bad life, a bad fate in his life. So you must enjoy and accept wherever is that, wherever is every single fate you get from the God. Because maybe in outside there's maybe the worst fate are given to people. Let's go to the topic. For today, I would like to tell you a stories about Hudaibiyah Treaty. I mean, Hudaibiyah Agreement. That's exactly. So, what is Hudaibiyah Agreement? Like the name, agreement. Agreement is like you make a deal with you if you are a company or a group. You make a deal with other group, and of course there was rules. They make their they are make their own rules for that. So let's continue. So the first is about the reason. The reason why Hudaybiyah agreement is appear or is write down in historical in Islamic historical. The early of historical of Hudaybiyah agreement began with the dream of our messenger Muhammad SAW. In his dream, and his companions could enter Mecca safely, set a foot on the Grand Mosque, and take the key of Kaabah. That's maybe that's a little bit very hard for in that age. That age it's very hard because Quraysh is always resistant them from getting in the Mecca for even just for prayers, even for prayers. But that time our prophet is dreaming about yeah dreaming his and his companions could enter Mecca without any resistance from the Quraysh. That's very good. And also after that, of course, our prophet is telling or give announcement for all of the his companions who's already hijrah to Medina for hijrah again or arrive arrive to Mecca for praying for yes for praying. So they are set up their needed what they are needed. They're set up like maybe and of course because the niat or the niat want to is not for fighting or for war, but his niat is about wanting to go to Mecca, prayer, safety, and without any resistance from the Quraysh. So they are set up like the uh, camel and any single things he needs. So let's next. And also the Hudaybiyah agreement there was an obstacle while there was they want to hijrah to Makkah again for praying. There are also obstacle from Christ. Even though the intention was to make a pilgrimage, and the Christ still did not believe and sent four envoys named Badal bin Warqah Makzat bin Hafi, and Hulais. And of course, the last is Urwah bin Mas'ud as-Saffaf, Saffaf, with the intention of preventing the apostle from going to Mecca. Yeah, it's like so they are like opposite maybe uh like maybe don't go to Mecca. We want to war, right? So they just maybe yeah like that. So after that, condition is among the treaty or Hudaibiyah point, perhaps the most significant was the Muslim will return to Medina without visiting a Kaaba that years. Instead, here they will allowed to enter and people stay in Mecca for a period of 3 years. And because that obstacle, the Prophet, our Prophet Muhammad SAW sent the grace, sent his best, I mean the best speaker in Muslim to the guys for maybe talking or making agreement. And of course, where the Christ is and his opposite, I mean his people, the position is like the Libya, right? Also, significance of the treaty. Important of the treaty history of Islam cannot be denied, even if some point of the treaty were not offering people. So this the why the Muslim want to praying to the Mecca because it's like they want to complete his Rukun Islam. Yes, Rukun Islam. They want to complete that, so they need to go to Mecca to doing some praise. And yeah, and of course, our Prophet Muhammad SAW has already sent the people who he trust, but it's not good enough. It's not good. It's not bad news because the people who sent is lost from death. But because the praise group is kill his uncle, not uncle, I'm sorry, not uncle, but camel. Nah, yeah, that's camel, and also he's want to kill the rider, yeah, the rider of the ankle. Camel. Okay, camel. It's very hard to speak. Camel and ankle is very hard. I'm so sorry. So maybe let's say about the key or the main point we can get. And so, who broke the treaty? I mean, who broke the agreement? The pilgrimage to Holy Kaaba is essential for Muslims. Hence, the treaty played the important role in the life of every individual. It allowed the peaceful conduct the pilgrimage and become one with Allah. Further, the treaty was significant in stopping a long struggle of Muslims to visit the Holy Land and city of Mecca. So after the first hijrah, I mean the first prayer with Abdullah and his companions, the Quraysh group is broke his treaty like that. So what kind of key we can get from key lesson we can get from this story, friend? The treaty is not only uh, occupies a crucial place in the history of Islam. Okay, maybe we go to the first, I mean the first main point we can get. Patience can resolve every problem. So if you want to resolve any problem like you have a debate or your friend is angry, take care, take some patience. Not affection, but pa- patient, patient. Yes, how to say that I don't know. And the second is raising your sword is not always the answer. Yes, I know in that age, I mean in Rasulullah age, raising the sword is very many times and that's able of course because in their age is many war and many people who's getting uh yes many problem like that. So the people is able to war and battle with other people. It's okay, but sometimes you need to talking. You need to take a patient or maybe take care of your friends or of your country or of whatever is that of your family. They want to fight us. There's not always sword is not always the pro. I mean the answer. Sword is not always the answer. And yeah, the last key reason is about Muslim honor agreement. As Muslim, maybe I know the hadith about agreement as accept honor the agreement, but I forget. So why Muslim has a hadith? Even the God, our God is telling to us. From the treaty was made in January, Muslims should learn the values of commitments because the Quraysh people did not follow the agreement and feared the vital clause. The Prophet invited and defeated them by grace of Allah. So yeah, Muslim always agreement. There's already given example from our Prophet Muhammad SAW. So we must follow it. We must follow it. We must follow that. Follow that. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Maybe you can take any reference, or maybe you can take the main point of my story tell, and I hope it can make pahala jariah for me, and of course for all of you guys. Maybe that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.